Hello. Hello. The country I picked was Italy because I've always wanted to go to Italy. Because of Romeo and Juliet and the Colosseum and all the great and amazing things in Italy. I've always wanted to go. Alright, Italy is the third largest economy in the Eurozone. Their economic problems are, one of the main ones is their high public debt. And their second would be tax evasion and high unemployment. The unemployment is 12.7%, and for their youth is about 40% of that in 2014. In 2015, the marginal growth increased and the unemployment slightly decreased. Okay, and their agricultural resources are fruits, vegetables, grapes, potatoes, sweet beets, soybeans, grains, olives, beef, dairy products, and fish. Their industrial resources is tourism, machinery, steel and iron and steel, chemicals, food processing, tiles, motor vehicles, clothing, footwear, and ceramics. Sorry, I always have trouble with that word. And their industrial growth rate is 0.6% as of 2015. And their labor force rates, agricultural is 3.9%, their industrial is 28.3%, and the service is 67.8% as of 2011. Okay, their government is a parliamentary republic, which I think most of Europe's government is like that. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it is. Okay, for their executive branch, they have a chief of state, and their head of the government is actually, they call that person the prime minister. Prime minister just means that it's the president of the council of ministers. And they also have the cabinet. The cabinet is the council of ministers proposed by the prime minister and nominated by the president. And the prime minister is appointed by the president and approved by the parliament. And legislative branch is a bicameral parliamentary. And that consists of the Senate, which has 322 seats and 315 members that are directly elected to serve 5 years, and 7 ex officio members appointed by the president of the republic to serve for life. And they also have the Chamber of Deputies, which is 630 seats and 629 members directly elected by the proportional representation votes, and 1 member from the Valle d'Aosta, elected by a simple majority vote. Members serve 5-year terms. Okay. Then the judicial branch is the Supreme Court of Cassation. I'm sorry, I'm really bad at saying words sometimes. Cassation? By the first president. Deputy president. Sorry, I don't need to say this. Okay. Okay, the unemployment rate of Italy, I said earlier, was just 12.7% in 2014. Now it is 12.2% in 2015. And the rating of Italy's unemployment based on the rest of the countries is 135 on the roll on the rate on the ranking. Ranking. The inflation rate of Italy was 0.2% in 2014 is now 0.01, and now the ranking of its inflation rate was 152. Both of the rates decreased from the 2 years. And okay. All right, their exports and imports. Their exports consist of engineering products, textiles and clothing, production machinery, motor vehicles, transportation equipment, chemicals, foodstuffs, beverages, and tobacco. Minerals, non-ferrous metals. Their exports amount to be 513.7 billion in 2014, and now are 454.6 billion in 2015. And the rank of exports, Italy is number 10. Italy exports to Germany 12.3%, France is 10.3%, and US is 8.7%. And the UK is 5.4%, Spain is 4.8%, Switzerland's is 4.7% in 2015 for all those. And the imports Italy has is of engineering products, chemicals, transportation equipment, energy products, minerals, and non-ferrous metals, textiles, clothing, food, beverages, tobacco. Their imports are amounting to 448.4 billion in 2014, and now it is 389.2 billion in 2015. The rank for imports in Italy is ranked at number 14, and Germany is 15.4, France is 8.7, China is 7.7, Netherlands is 5.6, Spain is 5%, Belgium is 4.7% in 2015. And their currency is the euro, which most of the countries in Europe are based on the euro. Most of them, not all of them, but most of them have that currency. And okay, Italy's budget revenue is 876 billion expenditures, which amounted to their revenue is 930.5 billion. Taxes and other revenues is 48.2% of GDP in 2015, which was number 18 in the ranking. And their budget deficit is negative 3% of GDP in 2015, which compared to the rest of the world is 114 in the ranking. The public debt, I said this was the big thing, was 135.8% of GDP. In 2015, it has decreased is the good version. 132% in 2014. And compared to the world, it's number 5 in the ranking. Okay, and the exchange rate is $1 to the 0.903866 of a euro compared to our US dollar. And their economy is not I'm sorry, I'm not really sure how to describe this. I mean, yes, I understand what we studied. I do. It's just I don't know how to compare it to what actually is going on in Italy. I know that their debt's pretty bad, and their unemployment is really bad because they probably don't have. I'm sorry. I still want to visit Italy. It's just I I'm not going to be an economist. It confuses me, but Italy is a beautiful country. I still want to go visit it. The economy's not really that great, but I know other countries are worse. I know that for a fact. It's just, I don't know. Hopefully, Italy will improve. Even the U.S. improves. I hope. But my honest opinion is I don't have opinion. I can't tell the difference. I know it's bad compared, but Italy is a really wonderful country that everybody should visit once in their lifetime. It doesn't matter. And all the countries, really. Everybody should visit if they're able to. Because Europe is just a beautiful continent. I know I've never been, but I really want to go. This does not change my opinion of Italy at all, this study. So, I still want to go. And that's all I have. I'm sorry, I can't talk. Everybody have a wonderful rest of their lives. And I had a good time in this class. And I hope everybody else did too. And, alright, I'm done. Have a good rest of your day.